Ding dong number one, our star of the show, Carrie on the Prairie. The episode opens with a angle shot of Carrie in bed in the guest house of Aiden at his farmhouse. And may I just say, do we really need to see a long shot of her feet? Can someone please speak to the people filming and editing? We don't need to see that. They're not cute. And I'm not a feet person, but I just know that that was not necessary to wide open angle her with her feet. Like, it's not sexy. It's not cute. It's not needed. There's a lot of scenes in this freaking episode or just in general that are not needed. So she slept in the guest room without Aiden. Like I said, he wasn't going to come in. And to make matters worse, which I don't understand this, but I'm the only one asking yet again, why is she sleeping in the clothes that she was flung into the guest room? Are you going to tell me that in no way, shape, or form, Aiden didn't have some sort of shirt to give her? Even one of his, a lumberjack shirt, something that he's got. What, he doesn't have any laundry? Like, he just kind of threw her in there and she fell asleep on the bed. And we have Aiden's children, the two of them for now, Homer and Wyatt painting the guest house, and Wyatt peeking in to check if she's, I don't know, there. So, dear God, she sees him peeking. She covers up. She gets out of bed in her dress, in her 80-inch heels, very appropriate for whatever event she was going to, apparently. One of them was an airline, because that's how you get onto an airport, dressed like that. Okay? Because I don't know what airport she goes to, but I have never seen anyone that I've seen when I go to the airport wearing heels, because you got to take off your shoes to pass through security. But we won't get into that because there's more. Yeah. She's coming down the farm stairs of the guest house, and there's, farm things, chickens, hens, roosters, I don't know. She's stepping up to both Wyatt and... See, I don't get this, and maybe I just realized this. If she was in the guest house and Wyatt was peeking through the window because they were painting the guest house, and I maybe have to go back and check this, or someone just correct me. Hold on. See, now this is happening live to me. He was peeking through the window to see if she was awake because they were painting the house. But when she comes out, she's coming out from the other side of the farm because they're painting on the left side of the screen. Am I crazy? Did anybody else catch that? Because I just caught that right now. Because if she's coming down the stairs and she's meeting up with them and they're across, what house are they painting? I thought they were painting the house that she was sleeping in. I think I don't know. This is how the show got me. It's got me dazed and confused. So they come out to greet her, both Homer and Aiden. Wyatt does not come down from the ladder that he's on painting the house. Gives her an attitude. Well, to be expected. I already know that he's already given her an attitude. She's complaining because she's been in the clothes that she's been in for the last 2 days. Homer is the only one who apparently can offer her any clothing, which should have been Aiden from the night before to offer her. I don't know if there's a shower in this guest room, a bathroom in this guest room. I don't know anything because all we ever saw was the bedroom and then she's coming down the stairs. All I know is that she indicates that she is smelly, which means that she has not showered in this guest room, and that Homer is giving her something to wear. All details we did not need to know. So they go in. Aiden's making breakfast. And here comes the sponsorship one. Here we go. Ready? Aiden wants her to stay till next Wednesday. Now, I don't know what next Wednesday means, only because I don't know what day that day is. So next Wednesday sounds a little far, sounds like more than just a day, but okay. Maybe she's invited to stay there for a week, because we went from the 5-year plan to the phone sex plan to the fly in one day for a booty call plan to the it's okay to text me plan, and now the guest house plan, the stay over for a week plan. And I don't know how many more plans they are having, but this seems very, very expensive if this was a real plan. But let's go with it. Because remember, we're in Carrie's land. And only in Carrie's land, all of this works. So she's invited to stay, but she needs clothing because she can't stay in the only article of clothing that either Homer provided for her, which is some t-shirt, and she has pants on, though I don't think I don't know whose pants they are, but she's still wearing her heels. So she tells Aiden, isn't there a Target sponsorship number 1 nearby in bumfuck Virginia that they're in? And he says no. And for some reason, Carrie tells us that her favorite bikini she's purchased from Target. Did you? Did you really? When? When have you ever gone to Target? When? When have you ever mentioned going to Target and getting a freaking bikini? So she insists on walking because it's only this dress shop, Flowers by Daisy or Dresses by Daisies or some crap like that Homer apparently knows about, is only a mile away, and she can walk the mile because walking the mile, it's like going from Gramercy Park to downtown Manhattan, something like that. And of course, she can't because in Virginia it was raining and the roads will be muddy for her 20-inch heels. Got it. You following? Because it gets better. So they offer her to put her in an ATV. Okay. She doesn't know what that is until the next scene that we see her on the ATV. And she is dressed in her heels, which, okay, she doesn't have any shoes, and I'm sure she can't wear any of the men's shoes. I'm okay with that. So, Aiden cannot take her. Get this? He can't take her because if he does, even if it's just a mile away, that his concern is that Wyatt will not paint the house and take the opportunity to be on his phone. Now, this is only a mile away, and it's only one dress shop, but he can't take her. So he puts her on the ATV to take her so she can go with her non-driver's license that she didn't realize that she had lapsed. But she doesn't need one for this thing. So off Carrie goes on the ATV. She ends up in this apparently one dress shop because when you look at the dress shop and if you look at the background, you see nothing but fields and greenery and her ATV and maybe just a few people. I don't know if this is a mall strip. I just know looking outward, there's nothing across the way. So if you live in Virginia, please explain this to me. Do you really not have a Target or anything close to anything remote in anywhere in Virginia that all your stores are next to or in the middle of a fucking farm? Please. So Dresses by Daisy, I want to say the name is. Carrie is looking through the dresses while she's speaking to Miranda, while Miranda's talking crap about her stupid joy love life. And Carrie says that she's in a dress shop for these sister wives. I know of the reference. I've seen some YouTube stuff about one of the shows of Sister Wives. I have personally never seen any of the episodes of this genre. So if you have, can you tell me if that store remotely looks like what the Sister Wives would be wearing on the show? Please? Because I don't know. I know she was trying to make a funny, but I didn't find the funny at all because now this is, she's, listen, I am with you, Virginians. You want a petition? I got your back. I got your back because I don't know where they're going with this. So apparently she picks out a few dresses, not just one, at least 3. But here's the kicker. The next scene, we have her and Aiden in bed in the guest house. So, and he has, I presume, allowed 1 hour a day to go swimming while leaving his kids unsupervised. Swimming where? I don't know. Maybe in the creek. I don't know. Maybe he's mom, pa from, Little House on the Prairie. Big fan of the show. I watched it religiously. It doesn't say where he's swimming, doesn't point where he's swimming, but at the end of the day, he could not take the extra hour that he's allotted to take Carrie to a proper dress shop to buy clothes because he invited her to stay until next Wednesday. Okay. But he has enough time to end up in bed with her during his swim time so he can boink his calendar, girl. That's exactly what he says. And Carrie is so happy. She's just so happy because at the end of the day, she's got no life. Okay. And she goes on to want to have more information about the fucking table that he gave a thumbs down to. She's stuck on this table and, she wants to know why. Because she envisioned her life with him on that table. Girl, if that table envisioned your life with Aiden and none of what you're seeing and doing right now is your real true vision, have you seen where you are? You're in the middle of a farm. And your whole vision of your life together with Aiden is on a table in Gramercy? Boy, you are lost. You have no clue. And I tell you why. More so, as we start to get further into whatever the hell's going on with them two, we see Carrie wearing another outfit in her heels. We see her fishing because Aiden asked for her to fish or take the kids out the next day so she can get to know them. So now we're bonking each other in the guest house, and now you want her to get to know your kids because she's so motherly. I don't know still where Aiden is going with any of this, but we'll play along. We'll go with it. So now she's fishing with Homer and Wyatt. She's not wearing her heels, but she's wearing her Carrie Prairie dress. She's trying to connect with Wyatt. She's not. He's rude. Great. She asks what he wants to do. He wants to go kill zombies. And you know how I feel about that from my last few episodes. But this is the different kind of zombie. This is a virtual zombie. So she tells Aiden that she wants to take Wyatt to play zombie games at a mall. So there is other places other than the Daisy dress shop. And he could take them. And she could have gone out and played and bought clothes. I'm going to say it's a mall. I could be wrong. But let's go with that. So Aiden hesitates at first. He doesn't want to do it. La, la, la. Great. Then he says he's going to take them. Great. Then they're in this box room playing virtual zombie killer. I have never played any of these games, so I'm not sure if this is the right room or the right amount of space. It just seems very tiny. I could be wrong. I don't care. All I know is that Wyatt clocks her in the head. And let's not only forget this. Carrie is still wearing her heels. Now, I have a question. Is there no shoe shops, sandals, sneakers, anything in Virginia? Couldn't Carrie buy a decent pair of shoes to go with her Carrie Prairie dress? Do you need to wear your heels? What the hell is the purpose then? And then you expect me to believe that this chick who inched her way into that freaking farmhouse because she wanted to be closer to Aiden cannot figure out a way to blend better? Because no matter what, now that she's got clothing, what, Daisy shoes, there were no shoes there? Even flats, socks, I don't care, something. Because she goes to play in the virtual zombies in her dress, in her heels. She gets clocked in the head by Wyatt. Aiden seems to want to make her understand that he's not a violent child and that it was a mistake. And she feels that he is trying to make her not make it a big deal. And I don't know what's happening, but this is going to blow up somehow, some way, very soon. And not just this episode. I'm talking about ongoing. Okay. So now, Tater, the oldest boy, the 21-year-old, that seems to be the only age-appropriate child on this show in terms of where this timeline is. It's the birthday party that Carrie had stayed for next Wednesday. So I guess days have passed now because it's Wednesday and he's here. We come up with Kathy coming up with Tater and Bob the boyfriend. Bob the boyfriend. Okay, are you ready? Because now I have to cut it in because then I need to bring up Bob the boyfriend. Okay, here we go. So we meet Kathy's boyfriend that she left, I guess, Aiden for. And Carrie's wearing a new dress. This time I don't see any heels on her, so I'm assuming her funky feet are without any flats or socks or whatever the hell she's not wearing. And everybody's hugging each other, and, you know, Wyatt has an attitude, and Bob the boyfriend is introduced because it's Bob the boyfriend versus Carrie the girlfriend. And this whole scene reminds me of, and I know many people may not remember this, but if you didn't, please look it up. The Stepford Wives. I'm telling you, I got Stepford Wives vibes from the scene of the dress shop to Kathy coming in and Bob the boyfriend being introduced, and it just remnants both iterations, the one from the 1970s and the one that Nicole Kidman played, the revised version, which I believe was with Matthew Broderick, ironically, Sarah Jessica Parker's husband. I want to say it was Matthew Broderick. I remember Nicole Kidman. I was traumatized by that movie. And if you don't know that movie, pretty much the husbands in the first iteration swap out their wives for robots. Unbeknownst to the wives, of course, they murder them and then they make robots. So they become subservient and they all look the same. They all dress the same with the prairie dresses and the frilly hats and, you know, and then the second iteration, it's a combination of the husbands and wives swapping out whoever's the most annoying, killing them and making them robots. That's Bob the boyfriend. I feel like he's a Stepford husband. So they're celebrating Tater's birthday and they're playing this game, card game. Well, no, wait, I'm sorry. I have to roll back. After they all meet outside of the farmhouse and they go inside, Bob the boyfriend, aka Stepford husband, is sitting next to Carrie and telling Carrie that it took him a while to break into this family because they're a very close-knit family. But after 4 years, things are starting to feel normal. I'm guessing that is why Aiden picked the 5-year plan, because he saw how well it worked with Bob, the boyfriend, aka Stepford husband. But he proceeds to tell Carrie that the only problem that he has is that he doesn't get a say on Wyatt's condition and why he should be taking the Adderall, because Aiden doesn't want him to take the Adderall. And Carrie, because she has yet to discuss any of this with her said man's, Aiden, lumberjack boy, ding dong, idiot. Even after she presented him the Adderall and clearly saw on his face that he wasn't happy. But again, she was thrown into the guest room with no water or bathroom facilities, so I guess we had other priorities to worry about. She goes up to him in the kitchen, who he is, lighting up the birthday cake, and apologizes for bringing the said Adderall because she didn't know that he wouldn't approve of it, because again, they were too busy not speaking, riding an ATV, looking for clothing, having sex in that 1 hour that they're allowed to have sex, and no conversation about real tangible things like bringing drugs to your child. Mm-hmm. Not even ChatGPT can write this crap. So once she finds out that he doesn't approve of it, he kind of puts her in her place to please let's not talk about this right now. And she, jolts back because, God forbid anybody ever says anything to Carrie or her character at all. And he says, not now, it's my son's birthday. Okay. The next scene is that after, I guess, they blew out the candles and cut the cake, now they're playing the card game, and 2 sponsorships I supposedly has made it through now. This is a game called Apples to Apples. I have never heard of this game. Ever. I actually had to look it up. I'm not sure if this has become popular because of the stupidity or if this has always been a thing. Okay. So I guess they paid to be on the show. And the first card Carrie picks, and I still don't understand the rules, and I don't care to. When I say I don't understand, please know it's because I don't care to. Because when I want to understand something, I'll tell you. Something about something Walmart. Paid sponsorship number 2. And as they proceed to play this game, they're picking each other's cards, except for Wyatt. Wyatt gets upset that he's not being picked. And then the fight ensues within the family, which was the most interesting part of this episode. And Bob, the boyfriend, Stepford husband, is sitting at the bar looking at his phone, probably trying to figure out how the hell he can get out of there, which I feel like he's getting closer every time they get together, that he's mapping out an escape route. Because I feel like that relationship is going to come to roost as well. So apparently, as the fight is ensuing between Wyatt and the entire company or family or whatever that is, he's upset because he's never picked. Homer and Wyatt are upset because he's always being coddled and spoiled, and it's always about him. Wyatt walks out. Kathy tells Aiden that he needs to be on Adderall. Aiden gets upset because he feels like he doesn't want to pump his kid with drugs. Kathy starts to go crazy. Aiden starts to yell about using Carrie as a mule to drug her drugs. And all of this is happening in front of Carrie, who is silently watching this minutia. And Bob, still on his phone, still at the bar, still not participating. Aiden starts to yell at Kathy. The boys are yelling at Wyatt, who's not in the room. And then Wyatt comes out from the window and crashes the window with, I could only presume, is a rake, and they're screaming at each other. And all of this is happening, and I'm thinking to myself, This seems more than ADHD, which, by the way, we've discovered he has ADHD. Now there's a name for this condition. I am not a medical expert, and I don't think that Aiden is either, or whoever's writing him, but there's something very off. If he does have more or he is ADHD, shouldn't the family be together trying to help instead of the boys getting upset and agitating him more? Don't they know how to resolve or try to help the situation? Because cursing at him and saying that he's a brat and all that, that doesn't seem like their unit is really working together to resolve this issue. And it's not going to do well. I'm just saying that if the father is the only one that's doing the heavy lifting and Kathy just wants to put him on drugs, which I don't know what's the right thing on this, and this seems to be more than ADHD, and boyfriend Bob can't have any say in it, and Carrie cannot do anything about it, and the boys are not understanding the condition. Where is the storyline going? How are they going to resolve this issue? What are you trying to show us? Okay. After he crashes through the window, Aiden runs after him, and then the next scene you see is there's a car driving out. I am assuming it's Bob, the boyfriend, and Kathy, and I don't know if any of the boys are in that car. I don't know. I don't know who stayed. All I know is that Aiden is for real now going for a swim because he never really took one before. The next scene you have is Carrie in the guest house. It looks like she's packing. Aiden comes in and, he says that he feels guilty. He feels bad because he invited her to stay because he felt guilty not to invite her. Okay. You could have kept her there for a couple of days, but, you decided to keep her till next Wednesday, whatever that means. Carrie admits that she's been playing a game as well because she really didn't understand the depth of what's happening with Wyatt. And I honestly don't think anybody really does. And that she understands now why he needed to be here. Okay, great. And that he felt that she might be breaking up with him because I felt that way too. But no, she solidifies the relationship by giving him the key to the Gramercy home. Okay. And she tells him that you can come by and use it whenever you need. Don't feel guilty about doing it. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. Great. They hug it out. She's on a plane. She's looking at the table because she's made the decision that she's going to furnish her home. The table that she wanted is sold out. And then she narrates some crap that I believe she's going to put in her stupid book. And that's it. So here's my point. Number one, if Carrie had really grown as a character and they've written her to grow as a character, I would think that one of the most important things is that she is there with Aiden, supporting Aiden to help him deal with her child. Like Bob, the boyfriend, is going home with Kathy to support her in whatever she's not doing or doing as a parent for the last 4 years. Isn't that what a relationship means? But no, because Carrie can't handle conflict and this is way too much and she doesn't belong on a farm and apparently there are no shoes available for her to buy there other than what she will bring like her Malone Blahniks. She cannot be there for Aiden as a relationship partner. Because if nothing else, I would say I will be here with you. I will come more often. I will give you the support. I will try to guide you. I can't say that Kathy and Bob, the boyfriend's relationship is perfect because we don't really know anything other than he looks like a Stepford husband. That can come to roost as well because it sounds like he's been putting up with this stuff for a couple of years now. And we don't know where that's going, but we just know that she has support and she's going home with her mans. And Carrie has left Aiden to sit in his house, guest house or not, to figure this out alone with his kid. That's great. So she's going to end up going back home. And we know if you've checked the next episodes, she's going to be attracted to someone else because that's Carrie's character. because she has not grown, because they made this show backwards. It's exactly what Carrie would do. This is why she was perfect for Big. Okay? This is why they were perfect for each other. They didn't have any complications, nobody else's kids, none of their own kids. It was all about them spending money, ordering out, going out, decorating their home, and doing nothing with their lives. Now, you put Carrie in a real life situation or, faux life in the writing, you can't plug her in and make her become a Stepford wife. You just can't. It won't make any sense. How could she blend in when that's not her? How can she be there for someone and help him through one of the most difficult times of his life when she can't even do it for her friends? How? It's impossible. I would have been like, character growth. Quite sudden, but it's pretty much on trend what Carrie has been doing. It's all about her. And the writers who write her, all about her. And Sarah Jessica Parker and Michael Patrick King only focusing on their needs. Okay. So, next thing I want to bring up is, have you noticed that there has been no fake Samantha texts this entire 3-4 episodes? I believe that, number one, since Samantha did her fake appearance in the last season, that there's something in the contract that stipulates that they will not pretend to get her involved in any more fake texting scenarios ever again. We are done. Now, they're not going to utilize her as any kind of, how they used to do it with the phone? Done. She said her goodbye. We are not going to hear about Samantha this entire season. I will be shocked. But you kind of notice that they've cut that out. Secondly, why are they cutting so many different scenes so quickly? Like, you get a scene with one character, and I already counted it because I remember I'm watching this. They cut it in almost like a TikTok video. 10, 20 seconds, one character, 10, 20 seconds, another, 10, 19 seconds. Like, I have gotten so exhausted trying to figure out what am I going to do with this video, because I realize it's not just my memory. It's like I can't piece together any one complete, thorough storyline because I keep being bombarded by jumping in and out, in and out. Can someone please talk to them about that? If anybody else is working on that team, please. So I think that someone's going to die, or I believe it's going to be Harry. Let's find out. I think that Aiden and Carrie are going to not work out because Carrie has already disconnected herself emotionally because she can't handle the truth. I think that Ryan Serhan and Seema are going to expand their repertoire against my will because I don't care. Joy and Miranda are together, and I'm sure something is going to happen because nothing ever works properly. And that's it. I hate this show. Subscribe. So if you thought that this was better, it's only because the argument scene. Nothing else, people. Because we got some real life action and deep emotion. Well, emotion. Because what we've gotten prior to this was all fluff and stuff. That's the only reason why you people feel that it was any good. Because when you peel back the onions, the layers to this onion, you're going to start crying, laughing, and saying, no, it's still the same crap. It's just that they just kind of like maneuvered something into it that makes it seem like it's better. So, my beautiful people, my lovely, lovely subs, I cannot tell you yet again how joyful it's been to see so many people subscribe, comment. The comments are hilarious. They're beautiful. They're loving. I have so much respect and appreciation for you people. And I am really coming in and coming through for you guys. Like, it empowers me more to get through this, to think of how further we can go with other TV shows and other movies. I'm open to recommendations and see if we can bring this platform just beyond what incarnation is happening with Just Like That. I want to continue spreading my love and joy to every person that has made a comment. Again, I can't always comment quickly, but I'm getting better at it. This show is not. And let's see what happens next episode, because I feel something's coming and it's not going to be pretty. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. Thank you. Goodbye. Mwah.